Hello and welcome everybody. Farmer Donkey here. We are on episode 12 of our Pioneer Challenge. Today is going to be a special day because we get to harvest our first of the new crops on this map. So, our mustard is ready for harvest. So we're driving up here right now to go ahead and start that. Super excited for it. Honestly, though, I am not sure if there is any production for mustard. I think it's just a crop that we're going to end up selling straight out. Oh, I guess it helps if I unfold it first. But yeah, so that's going to be fantastic. Oh, is it a straw producing crop too? It is. Okay. I didn't realize that it produced straw. So we will end up having to bale that, but that's not that big of a deal. We can always use more straw now that we have cattle. Still trying to figure out how much of a yield we're going to end up getting on it. We do have a little bit of hail damage there. I did notice that our goats finally produced a full pallet of milk, and so that is ready to sell. I think the best price for that, though, is going to be next month. So we will look at selling that. Probably, well, we'll watch the prices, see if it's going to be good this month or if it's still going up, and possibly sell it next month. But yeah, so we are harvesting over here. The other thing we do need to get done this month is we need to plant our barley down on our big field. What is that? Field 4? No, field 11. Yep. So we have it cultivated. Well, we actually have it plowed, and then we picked up all the stones off of it, so it's showing that cultivated state with it having the stones picked up. So we will be getting into that soon. I don't think there is a production that takes mustard. I'm not sure. I could almost see someone adding a production that would make it into like the condiment mustard to sell. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I wonder if we might take a look after this. After this pass, we'll pull up the build menu to just take a look to see if there is anything for mustard. As I can't see them adding in a crop without giving you something to do with it. Well, I mean, then again, I don't put everything past the modders. Some of them will just have the crop and be like, oh yeah, that's it. You just get the basic crop. Which I'm not complaining about. It's just one way of doing things. But it does look like we are not going to get a superb amount off of it. We're looking as low as right around 4 tons per hectare. Alright, so let's see. We hop into the build menu real quick. Let's go into productions. Doesn't look like it. Definitely not in the modded ones. I wonder if they adjusted like a base game one. So let's take a look. Base game wise. Well, it does not look like we're gonna get a, yeah. Unless they put one on the map, which I doubt. No, okay. So yeah, it looks like there's not anything we can do with mustard, which, I mean, that's not a bad thing. It sells for a decent amount. A little bit more than silage. Granted, we get a whole lot more silage than we do mustard, but that's still not a bad deal. Because we also get the straw. Although we might plant a little bit different of a crop uh, next go round. I was kind of looking at the crop calendar, and I almost wonder if lavender on this map is going to be kind of like a grass crop where you can mow all year round. But it says that you can only plant it in like two different months. So we would definitely have to take a look at that, but it is one that it doesn't appear to spoil. But yeah, let's take a look at that. So, like lavender, yeah, you plant it in May and June, and you can harvest it all year round. So, I almost wonder if it is kind of like grass, but in the same turn, does it only grow in those two months? I don't know. Um, so I'm tempted to plant it just to find out. Little bit of experimenting. Um, that and I don't remember uh, if we mow it or if we harvest it with a harvester. So let's see. Um, okay, so it does look like we can do a lavender with the harvester. So we might test that out and see what that does. And then if it is just a single harvest in the year, then we might try one of the other new crops. Maybe we'll throw down some poppies or some millet and see how that does for us. But who knows where we're gonna end up with the various crops that we're getting. Our woodpecker's very loud. But it does look like we're also going to be getting rain today at some point, so we definitely are trying to get the harvest part done of this episode before the rain sets in. Um, that way we don't lose any yield off of that. Now, one of the things I did notice in the used market is there is a little bit larger of a windrower than what we have, and it's not a bad price. Missed just a little bit there. But yeah, so it was showing up for 15,000, and it's a 9-meter wide windrower, which would be great for when we do hay. So I was thinking about getting that because what is our current windrower? It's only like half as wide. So we might look into getting that as well. I think we should be fine. Yeah, we should be able to spin around and be fine as far as getting emptied out. We will jump over to our John Deere here shortly and come empty out the harvester. But I think for the sake of time, we are going to go ahead and we'll probably time lapse this harvest. So we will see you guys after the time lapse. All right, so we are just now finishing up on the mustard field. So we should get a decent. I mean, we emptied out twice, and this is almost a third fold one. So not a decent. I mean, not a bad haul on it. Let me turn back on the HUD for you real quick. Uh, that way we can take a look at how much we got. I definitely think we got more straw than we did mustard. So, but all in all, not a bad little harvest. All right. My harvester has been beeping at me the entire time saying, "Put more fuel in me." So, we're going to grab our header trailer and drive over and put some fuel into the harvester. just after we get done dumping out all the mustard. There we go. Alright, so we'll run this back down and fill it on up. Now, one of the other things we could do today, we could sell some silage. We're not super hurting on money, but it does not hurt to have a little bit extra in our pockets. We do have 11 pallets of flour ready to sell, but I think we're waiting a few more months to sell that, and then we should be good to go there. Right. So it looks like we got 20,511 liters of mustard off of that. So not a bad harvest overall. The question is, do we have room in our silo to fit it? Can we even put it in the silo? Is another good question. And because it's not in a silo, it's not going to tell us how much it is worth at the moment. Okay, it will let us put it into the silo, which is good. Awesome. Alright, so mustard, it's best to sell in December because we can get about 5,000 more for it. So that's not bad at all for that little field. We're looking at 30,000 worth on that. We do need to put about 6 more thousand. Yeah, that should be about good. Into our mill. And then we did want to go ahead and seed the barley because this is our last chance this year to plant barley, and so we'll do that and knock that out before we start baling up the straw. Just hop in the cab real quick. Alright. Oh, too soon. Oh, earthquake. Not sure what happened there, but I do not want to repeat it. Alright. Probably has something to do with the stump. Alright. So that is good. That's done. We can shut off this tractor for a little bit. And then we'll hop on over into the Challenger and we'll get this field planted. We got our barley all filled and ready to go. We just have to seed it. So that is what we're going to do. And then I am going to do a little bit of a jump cut, and we will see you guys back once I am done planting this. Alright, so we just finished planting finally. We did swap the seeder over for the roller and got the Challenger over there running the roller right now. But it took quite some time to get that field planted. We ended up uh, using the John Deere to go ahead and bale up the mustard field. That was definitely an interesting one. Yeah, parts of it we were doing about 2 miles an hour. So, oh, looks like we finally got one pallet of lime um, out of our lime production. So that is good. That will save us a little bit of money here in the future. I mean, it's only about, what, $450? So that's not too bad. I am going to go ahead and come over here and swap over to the bale trailer. So we're going to pull the sides off real quick. Um, but it has been raining for about an hour and a half so far. Not sure when exactly it's going to let up, but it has been an utter downpour. Um, Now, what did we want to do with the rest of this episode? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, there's a couple of things that we wanted to do. Besides collecting these bales. One of the things was because of how slowly we were baling this field. I wanted to look to see if there was a possibility we could get a tractor with a little bit more oomph to it. But I realized that for anything to have a little bit more oomph, well, we're going to need a little bit more money. So, what I think we will do is we will, besides slipping and sliding over here, we'll probably sell a little bit of our silage. If I remember correctly, yeah. So right now, silage is above max price. So we're looking at, we could get about $60,000 out of the silage that we currently have. And we still have another 100,000 that we're gonna have for our cows. Let me jump over here. Okay, yeah, we're still good. We still have 116,000 liters of TMR in our cattle pen, so we're not at risk of running out by any means. So I think we can afford to go ahead and sell some of our silage. So we will definitely be doing that. And then we want to see if we can't upgrade our tractor just a little bit. I know we still have a couple pallets of wood products that we can still sell. I think we got just enough space. Yeah, it looks like we'll be just fine for getting all the bales off the field here. I don't think we're going to be worried about cultivating and planting this field this episode. We probably will look at mulching it, but since we were thinking about putting down lavender, we're going to have a little bit of time for this field to be ready for planting. So we might look at maybe throwing down a cover crop or just leaving it empty for now. Nah. So I think we'll we'll drop this hay off. Well, sorry, straw. Drop the straw off real quick. Now that that's off the field, we really do need to, hold on a second. I'm not sure. Alright, there we go. Alright. Yeah, I noticed that little bit of a bug last time I was playing this map as well. But, so I think we will grab all these round bales of silage over here. And knock down the rest of the stack. Let's see how much one load will get us. Alright, so that got us almost 23,000. So that's not too bad. Again, we're going to be leaving the square bales there. Just so we can have the food for our cattle that we need. Don't think it'll be ready next month, but the month after. But we definitely have plenty of food for our cattle at the moment. Now, big question here is, will there be... Am I going to be able to grab these without grabbing hay? There we go. Alright. So that'll put us probably right at 90. Yep. Alright. So we can go ahead and get rid of this trailer for now. That also kind of cleaned up the field a little bit more. Do need to look into getting a shed eventually for all this hay. It has not been good weather for hay. So again, we're gonna push our planks over to the side. We'll grab our prefab walls and our beams and long planks and get those sold. I do think we should probably do something with our milk, because we have goat milk, we have cow's milk now, and so we could just sell it outright, which isn't a bad. I mean, it's not a bad price, but with a little bit of investing, we could turn it into so much more. I do think that we have enough for a tractor that we were looking at. But I do want to go ahead and sell the rest of the timber that we're going to be selling. And okay. So this should be plenty of what we need. And then I will, once we get this sold, I'm going to run down to the shop and I will meet you all there. Alright, so we made it to the shop. We're going to go ahead and put our front loader down here. And then we're going to go around back and see how bad the damage is to our tractor. Alright, so right now it is worth 11,000. We can repair it for 3,000, which will get us up to 15, and then repaint it for 9. That'll get us up to 25. So not bad. And we're going to go ahead and sell this old 3650. It's got quite a few hours on it. And then we'll run around to the front end and see what they can offer us. So we got a nice 128,000. So I was thinking of going with a medium tractor. And I was looking at getting the 7810. It'll get us up to 175 horsepower, which is about 60 more horsepower than what we had. So we shouldn't have too many issues with pulling the baler nearly as bad, or any of our other implements. So I think that might be what we want to go with. We do want to go ahead and get the front loader for it. So yeah, that's what, 69, which isn't bad. We could throw in the computer system. I think we're going to hold off on that just a little bit. But we also can put any kind of tires we want on it. So that'll be a good upgrade for us. But I think we're going to keep it just standard tires for now. We might, depending on the job we need to do, go ahead and throw some bigger tires on it. Now, I still am thinking pretty heavily about upgrading our windrower, just because it will make windrowing a little bit easier for us. So actually, I think I'll do that, and we can take that back, and then we'll sell the old one here a little later. So I think we'll go ahead and buy this crone, and we have definitely enough power to pull that. Actually, let me take a look to see what our current other tractor has power-wise. Okay, so it looks like it has 160 horsepower. So yeah, the new John Deere is our most powerful tractor that we do have. Now, the Challenger, we can do a motor swap on it, and get a little bit more juice out of it. But I don't know with the amount of hours we have on it, if that's going to be something that's going to be worth our while to try and save, or should we continue to save up and replace that one as well. I did want to upgrade this and keep one that has a front loader, but I'm not sure if we will do that with the Challenger. I might get one that can have another implement up front at some point, but I guess we will just kind of have to wait and see what might pop up in the used market and what all we're going to be able to do. But it does feel good to have a brand new tractor. Take a look in here. We even got a little clock and a cup holder, so we're not going to run out of coffee anytime soon. So that's nice. Not a whole lot of electronics on the inside, but we don't really need any. But yeah, definitely having the cab on this one is great. How's it going to take this hill? Oh yeah. It is doing good on the hill. So it's not too bad. I think it was a worthwhile investment to go ahead and buy this tractor. We shouldn't have to worry about running our new windrower for probably a couple more months. When we do hay again. But we do have a few things coming up in for the right time to sell here shortly. Let's see. wrong menu. Alright, so we still have another load of silage, but that's down at our cattle pen. Not selling water. Now, October is going to be the best time for us to sell our milk. Looks like the price is going up. So we will probably hang on to that as long as we can, just to try and get the best price possible. But I think that is where we're going to go ahead and end this episode. I will definitely sit around. Well, we'll definitely see you guys in the next one. Again, if you've made it this far, please drop a like on the video and consider subscribing. I can't speak. We did hit our goal of 50 subscribers, and I want to thank you all very much for that. But if you could look down in the description and give some love to the other content creators that are doing this challenge. They're doing some amazing things on their farms. But without further ado, we will see you in the next episode. Peace.